Hello, and welcome to the Adventure Brothers podcast, where me and my brother cover just random topics. Pretty soon we'll be out there adventuring a lot more, and then we'll have recap episodes regularly of the adventures that we go on. But as of right now, there's a couple ways to support the growth of this podcast. We are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram, we have a website, and you can generally find us through just searching The Adventure Brothers. What's our website, bro?
The Adventure Brothers Podcast.
Okay, so our website is theadventurebrothers.podcast.com. You can get a lot of unique content there, as well as on our Facebook page. I will be updating that this week to fill you in. And our sponsors, are Madera Outdoor. You can check out their link in the show notes, get all your springtime needs and outdoor gear. And Morse Block Deli in Barrie, Vermont. They are the best eatery that I know of right now. Amazing food, can't go wrong no matter what you get. Good luck on the chili contest, guys. And with that, here's the episode. Yo, what up, everybody?
Good morning.
Hope you guys are having a good one. We're coming to you from our regular recording hours, Sunday morning. It's about 9 o'clock. How long were you up this morning?
Like 40 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never really know, because I sleep out there.
Yeah.
And then I just I take a good 30 minutes before I come in here.
Yeah, so we woke up at the same time.
Yeah.
Probably.
Sometimes I'll take a shower, but I'm going to take one after the podcast today.
Yeah.
We got a few things to talk about. I wanted to open up talking about, hold on. Talking about wrestling, and I'm talking about what they deem as fake wrestling, the WWE. But I watched this short 15-minute documentary yesterday actually, and it blew my mind. It blew my mind about what these people are actually doing or what they did, because it's probably calmed down a lot. And I'm not somebody who follows it, though. When I was younger, our sister's father, Big Eddie, he was into wrestling, and he still is, and I know that if he was to listen to this, he would definitely know what I'm talking about, because I watched a documentary talking about there was a cage match between The Undertaker and this guy named Mankind. And Mankind wore this leather Hannibal Lecter mask, and I guess his character was more psychologically disturbed and needed therapy type, just crazy dude.
Yeah.
And they had this match where it was King of the Cage, and they lowered this steel cage around the enclosure, around the ring.
Yeah. King of the Cage.
And it's 16 feet tall, and the whole theme is supposed to be they get inside and they fight, and you can't leave, and you can't get tag teams at all. And so I'm watching this documentary, and it's interesting because the way that it was done, you knew that something bad was going to happen. In the documentary, they made that clear from the beginning, but you didn't know what, and you didn't know to what extent. And to commemorate what happened, they went back and interviewed each person involved, years later, and then put this video together. So they talked to Undertaker, and they talked to Mankind, and they talked to Vince McMahon, and they talked to the ref, and so it's their narration over the footage of that night. And it's fake as in it's staged, but the things and the injuries that they sustain are 100% real. And if you don't believe so, go and watch this documentary. The whole plan for that night was, they had done the King in the Cage before, where they get inside and they fight and whatever. Well, they were trying to step it up. And so the idea that they had was fighting on top of the cage. fighting on top of a 16-foot tall, rickety.
Come on.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me. It blows my mind because I don't know. There's like emotion in this. There was like emotion in the documentary, and like not sadness, but like I don't know, just being fully prepared to entertain no matter what, and being like accepting the bad shit could happen.
Yeah.
And so so the first bad thing that happened was Vince McMahon asked Mankind if he had been up on that cage that day, and he said yes. Well, he hadn't. Then he goes, "Are you comfortable up there?" And he says yes. And in reality, he was afraid of heights, and he didn't want to go up there because he knew that it would like make him not want to when he got out there. So he's the first one out, and he's like banging a chair, and he brings a chair up there with him. Yeah. And so he gets up on the top of the cage, and the refs probably know what's happening, but they like play into it. They're like, "What is he doing? What is he doing? He's a madman. He's on top of the cage." And then Undertaker comes out and like runs the cage, and they're both up there. And as they're stepping on, you got to picture like a tic-tac-toe board, of support, and then in the middle where the squares would be was like the mesh of like a chain link fence. Well, they're stepping on that chain link fence, and they're like sinking down, and the mesh is like straining against their weight,
right?
And like they're almost punching holes in it with their feet.
Dang. And
they're fighting, and everything is going like.
Do their ankles like get hit by the cage? Do they like sink below?
They're sinking below the cage itself, but they're still. You got to picture from the ground, they're 16 feet up, right. But from the cage or from the ring itself, they're probably 10 feet up.
Oh yeah.
Or probably even a little bit more than that. And Mankind didn't know that Undertaker was going to do this, but they're fighting near the edge of the cage. And Undertaker throws him off of the 16-foot cage, and he lands on his back and shoulder on the ref's table.
Yeah.
And he's not moving, like, at all. And then he does, and he's just saying, my shoulder. And they put him on a stretcher. And start to carry him out. And halfway out, he gets off of the stretcher. And he's like, no. And he goes back.
What the fuck?
He goes back up there. He climbs with all of his, and he's saying too, he's like, I don't even know like what took me over. He's like, but I couldn't have that match end. And everybody thought the match was ending. Time literally stopped. And you know what the ref said? And the ref said that this was his genuine commentary. And this wasn't planned. You're not supposed to get thrown off of 16 feet. You're just not. And the ref,
you're human,
dude. Oh my God, the voice and like the genuineness of the ref when Mankind gets thrown and lands, he just yells, "They fucking killed him!" or "They killed him! He's dead!" What? Like literal, like that's exactly what he thought of saying, and he did say it, and
whole crowd silent.
Yeah, it was wild, and everybody thought the match was over right there, even though it had just started, because he's getting carried off in a stretcher. But Mankind would not let that happen. He climbs back over there, and mind you, they didn't confirm this in the documentary, but his shoulder was broken. Like, I'm almost 100% about that. His shoulder is broken, dude. Landed on it from 16 feet. And he climbs back up the cage. And he said that when he was running back towards the cage, he didn't even know if he'd be able to make it up it, but he was going to try.
Yeah.
And he scrambles up. And he's up there, dude. And now he's probably like adrenalized, but he's also like shocked. Like his body is in shock.
Yeah.
But the Undertaker, it's like, okay, the show keeps going. So the Undertaker is going to keep going. And they do some like some of the fake like punches and stuff like that, and then they go for Undertaker's signature move, or not signature move, but a choke slam.
Yeah.
So Mankind,
on a cage.
Yes, on the top of this 16-foot cage, and Mankind didn't have enough power in him to lift himself off of the ground, so it was like kind of like a half-ass choke slam. But dude, Undertaker was standing on the supports, like the on the top. and Mankind barely comes up, but when he goes back down on his back on the mesh of the cage, the mesh didn't even stand a chance. The mesh just punches. Yeah, the mesh punches out, and he falls the 10 plus feet onto the ring, onto his back. And what they were saying,
Twice.
yeah, and what they were saying is that if he had enough strength to lift himself up, the rotation that would have happened, he would have landed on his head and neck. But he didn't. He landed like flat on his back. But it's not even over. It's not even over. They literally keep fighting inside of this broken cage and broken ring. No, actually, what happened was everybody thought that he was dead, like again.
Yeah.
Mankind. And so they bring another stretcher out.
What the?
They bring another stretcher out, and they start lifting the cage while Undertaker is still standing on top of it. So now Undertaker is like 30 feet in the air plus, and they put Mankind on a stretcher. And as he's on the stretcher, he has his hand, he has his like arm over his head, so because he doesn't want the crowd to see like him talk. And he asks, he didn't even know, dude. He's like, was I on a stretcher tonight? Like, was I already on a stretcher? And they tell him like, yeah. And he's like, I won't be brought out on a second stretcher. He's like, get it. He's like, get gone, like leave.
What?
So they listen to him and they leave him in the cage, and then they lower the cage, and Undertaker comes down and they start fighting again. And he looks at, actually something else he said was, bring me the tacks. Bring me the tacks. Mankind says this. So they bring him the tacks. They literally bring a fucking bucket of tacks.
What the fuck,
bucket
dude?
of tacks.
What is this?
Yeah, this is
This is like, where's the CGI and like what show is this?
Dude, exactly. And that's why we live in different times now.
Yeah.
It's just not how it goes. And I mean, I don't watch wrestling, and honestly, this is the most real thing I've ever seen. Like wrestling or otherwise. And so they do some more like those fake moves or whatever, and obviously his system is shocked, and then Mankind throws the bucket of tacks down on the mat, and they do another choke slam. Mankind choke slammed onto thousands of tacks, and they're not fake tacks. They literally hundreds and hundreds of tacks punctured his body, and
for money.
Yeah. Well, not even for money. That's I think that's my point in this whole thing, is that it wasn't for money at all. It was for the show.
Yeah.
It was him
that they're getting paid for.
Well, yeah, they are getting paid for it, but he would have gotten paid just as much if he left on that first stretcher.
You're right.
Completely. And it wasn't about that, and it was seriously about like the entertainment of it. And I don't suggest anybody go through that much turmoil and like heartache to entertain people, but I think that there is like there's something we can learn from dedication and physical pain and keeping going. And like it was his goal to have a good match that night. And he did it. And I think that I got the stretchers mixed up. I think that when he got chokeslammed through the cage and onto the ring, I think that they lifted the cage, but they didn't bring a stretcher in, because I remember him saying towards the end of the match, they were going to bring him out on a stretcher, like completely to end it. But he said, and that's when he said the whole, like, was I on a stretcher already? And they said yes. And he's like, okay. So he hobbles out, and then they lie him down in the backstage, and they just start doing work on him already.
Wow.
Dude, it looked like a booger.
Yeah.
It looked like there was a booger in his nose, like through the second half of the match after he got slammed through the cage onto the ring. And you know what it was? You know what it turned out to be? When he landed, his incisor broke. One of his teeth broke and went through his lip. He literally had this hole in his lip, and it landed in his nose, like lodged in his nose.
What the heck?
Yeah, so the whole time Undertaker thought that there was this booger in his nose, but it was his fucking tooth that broke off and landed in his nose. And then they do work. They sewed him up and like took all the tacks out while he's like backstage.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even take him to a hospital right off. They're just like
and then he fought next Friday.
Yeah, but I think the way that they were talking about this documentary, mind you, I'm not involved in wrestling and I don't watch it and I never really have.
Right.
But Vince McMahon, the guy who's in charge of it all, he says he says to Mankind, he's like, you have no idea how much I appreciate what you have done for this business, but I never want to see anything like that again. Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Like, letting him know his full appreciation, but also letting him know, like, don't do that again. And once the show's going, it goes. Dude, Vince McMahon, he, I forgot the exact name of the injury, but his thigh muscles got separated from the bone while he was in a match, like Vince McMahon. So what happened was Vince McMahon ran out to the cage, and in his full-blown run, he slammed up against the cage, like hard, and it just hit him halfway up the thigh, and boom, separated his muscle from his bone. Just like that.
Dang.
And he couldn't stand up. And so he did the rest of the match sitting down. They improvised. He didn't leave the stage.
People are crazy, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's the same kind of shit where the guy who's trapped with The Rock and his arm's trapped.
True.
And he has a pocket knife.
You gotta get through it.
Yeah. And there's like, you either die or you do something. Like, and I mean, theirs is in the case of like entertainment and letting the show go on. But
yeah, you ever heard of Jake the Snake?
I've heard of him, but I don't really. Oh, was that
getting bit by snakes and stuff?
Oh, yeah,
like just for the show, man.
Yeah, like on the show.
Yeah.
And didn't he have like a puppet hand or something?
Yeah, he did. He had it everywhere he went.
Was he a wrestler?
Jake the Snake.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he fought with probably the Undertaker and stuff.
Right. Yeah, it intrigues me, like the world of wrestling. It's not something I'm really into, but it's definitely interesting to see the lengths that those people go through.
Yeah, well, even nowadays in UFC, like I've never been into it. And I'm only into it now because it's relative.
Yeah.
You know?
And you got friends who are.
Yeah, and it's there. It pops up. But, like, people are primal, dude. This guy was literally holding onto this other guy. But picture his knees are, like, by the other guy's waist.
Yeah.
So he's kind of hanging on him. He's looking up at this guy. So it literally looks like they're having sex.
Yeah.
You know? But then the dude like does a sit up, so he's looking at the guy's face as he's hanging on the guy, and he just starts punching him in the face while he's hanging on the dude.
So he's like off the ground.
Yeah.
And the other guy's holding him up, and he's just punching him in the face. Yeah.
Just like side fisting him and like getting him where he can.
Yeah, we're animals, dude.
Yeah.
We're straight up animals. And that's for real.
Mm-hmm.
There is a primal nature at the core of all of us, and it's.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about this a little bit last night, but civilization, compared to how long we've been a species, has been around for such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And so we're just these like wild animals with LCD screens.
Yep.
And the internet.
Wow, and we're in the beginning of that.
Yeah, we're in a very early part of that. And I mean, I talked last week about kind of feeling like you're in the Wild West.
Yep.
And we're just like monkeys with guns.
Yeah.
Monkeys with guns.
The whole this week, dude, the guy with the shooting. Nipsey.
Oh yeah, Nipsey. Yeah, man.
Yep.
That was wild. He got his ego hurt and he left. Nipsey said something to him. This is from The Bodyguard, what The Bodyguard said. Said something to him, disrespecting him or whatever, and the guy left and came back with a gun.
Yeah.
And now Nipsey's dead. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We were something that happened earlier this week for me. My mom was out. I'll give you the perspective from our side before I tell you what actually happened. Just to kind of like play it through, and you know the story.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom is walking our dog, and I'm inside, and I had lied down. It's about 10 o'clock, and this what I thought was a gunshot rings out. It's just like bang, and it was like there's different types of gunshots. There's like small caliber, rifle caliber. Well, this sounded like a shotgun. Like to me, this sounded like a shotgun. Just like this big like, and mom comes inside like very soon, right after that, holding the dog, and she's like, "Oh, what just happened?" And she tells me what she saw. Well, she's walking the dog. She sees this car veer off the road and then in a bright flash, and then smoke exits the car. And that's all she told me, right? So I'm like, I just heard this gunshot, and then she comes in and tells me that. I'm like,
fluttered.
Dude, I was like, I was like, oh fuck. I thought somebody killed themselves like in the car.
Yeah.
Like, that was my thought. I was like, well, like what the fuck? Because it went off the road and this flash. Like
You already thought it was a gun?
yeah. I already thought it was a gun and we're like right there, dude. We're like less than 50 yards away.
Yeah,
so,
that's Main Street. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like looking up, and I don't want to go over there. I wasn't going to, especially if it was like a gunshot. But nobody was getting out of the car, and that worried me even more. I was like, because like everything was adding up. I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
But I downloaded a scanner app, and I tuned in
Instantly.
Yeah, instantly. I was like, I want to know what's happening.
Man, I love this world.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can just do that. I mean, scanners have been around for a while, but it's cool to just have access to it. And so what it ended up turning out to be was pretty trivial. Somebody just, yes, they veered off the road, but the loud flash and sound that I heard and my mom saw was them hitting a pole, and the car just like, obviously like smoking and like making like a loud flash of probably the lights going out or something. And they probably called the cops themselves and just stayed in the vehicle. But I like tuned into the scanner for the next half hour, and they were like getting annoyed that Green Mountain Power wasn't there yet. Like,
Yeah. They had to cut down that whole telephone pole.
yeah, with a chainsaw at 10 o'clock at night.
Man, it's crazy.
Yeah. And then, well, now I have a scanner app, so I've been like tuning into like Chicago. Honestly, it's cool if I mean, for me, it's cool if there's nothing happening, but I was listening to it for a while, just having it on as like background noise, and then they're talking about like woman on fourth store balcony attempting to commit suicide, and I'm just oh fuck. I was like, I just turned it off. I was like, I don't want,
because you can't experience that.
No, you can hear the distraught like police officers. Like, I don't know what she's about to do.
Dude, that's like, picture that. That's a human experiencing something he hasn't, and like feeling for it. Yeah,
exactly. And then like, and with the scanner, you have the ability to actually like first person here. I mean, what I was getting a kick out of was just the small banter between the officers and the dispatchers. You would hear, and I was like looking up the police code to see what they were dealing with, like robbery in progress, or they would give this one code that would be like, I think it was like 1012, and it would be like task complete.
Whoa.
Yeah, they would like, and they would be given like things to do from the dispatchers, and yeah, it was pretty cool.
We got a 1012.
Yeah, but it also made me realize, like, dude, the job of a police officer is stress from clock in to clock out.
100%.
Clock in to clock out.
There's like no schedule to it. It's whatever becomes.
Yeah, and you just drive around and deal with things that aren't good. Like, nobody calls to. They're like, nobody's like, hey, officer, blah, 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 we've got a birthday party we'd like you to attend. No, it's like fourth store balcony. This woman's trying to jump. Or last night.
Mad respect for police officers.
Yeah, last night there was a shooting at a family gathering in Chicago. And I looked it up afterwards, and like nobody at the scene was being cooperative. So as the cop, what do? You literally just show up. Nobody's giving you answers. You have all this like turmoil of like 2 kids were shot, not fatally, but like one in the shin and one somewhere else. But it was crazy. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But we also, I mean, we live in relatively safe times, I would say. You know?
Comparing it,
Yeah, comparing it to sometimes. And that also takes into factor plagues.
Yeah.
Infant mortality.
Don't have any.
Yeah, we're kind of cushy, definitely, especially in America. But just because it's mostly cushy doesn't mean it all is. And
pros comes cons.
Yeah, when shit hits the fan, it's hard to clean up. Like, for real.
Yeah.
I was thinking of I know somebody who recently joined the National Guard, and they're like training to be a combat medic, which is like it's wild to me.
Intense.
Yeah, it's intense. I don't know the logistics of the National Guard, or whether or not you're actually sent overseas. I know that there has been National Guardsmen over in Afghanistan before, but something that I heard was that it's kind of like by contract, and so for the next like X amount of years they won't be, but who knows, really. I think the National Guard is mostly set up to help with domestic, like floods.
Disputes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like Hurricane Katrina. There was a bunch of National Guardsmen.
Disasters.
Yeah, natural
stuff,
disasters type stuff.
Keeping us together.
Yeah, for real. Bringing in fresh water and clothes.
Man, yeah, you never realize that we are doing that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, we're constantly trying to replenish.
Yep. Yeah, and like aid things.
Yeah.
Our infrastructure in America is so fucked up, though.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Flint, Michigan is still not good.
God damn.
I think that Elon Musk actually put a lot of money towards like helping their water system. Like
really?
clean. Yeah, I think he did. I think he like.
Good. Yeah, he does things.
Yeah. Speaking of my friend there that's in the National Guard, it's somebody that I've been able to write letters to, and so that's like really cool from my perspective because I didn't really grow up doing that.
Right.
And you said that you had a pen pal.
Yeah.
In what grade about?
It was first grade.
Oh, it was first grade?
Yeah.
When did you meet them? End of first?
I think the end of first. Yeah, we met them once up at the.
Do you remember what country?
Not really.
An African country or a European country?
No, he was white.
So.
And he speaks good English.
So probably European.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. We met at like the Echo. You know the Echo.
It's like a museum.
Museum, yeah. Up there, and we all were in a field. We were eating Lunchables.
That's so
chilling.
funny to me.
Yeah.
It brings me right back to field trips.
Yep.
Where you bring a lunch and you're eating a Lunchable.
Your knapsack.
Your little knapsack. And you're like, dude, all day up until lunch, I would just worry about somebody taking it.
Oh yeah.
I would worry about somebody because there's like
you leave it in a spot.
Yeah, exactly. And there's like 50 plus lunch boxes, and I think as a kid, a lunch is like the most valuable thing you can imagine.
The only thing I'm imagining.
Yeah. So there's gold in that pouch, and if somebody takes my pizza Lunchable, or it'd be even worse if they just took the Crunch Bar out of it.
Oh yeah.
They go through everybody's lunch. I remember you would get so excited for. There'd be like your main meal and then something extra, and that something extra would be like a cheese stick,
or
like a Twizzler, like something extra. Yeah. I still get a kick out of that when we're out. I mean,
yeah, dude, snacks, man.
Like Lara bars.
Oh, so good.
They're so good.
So good.
Yeah, I actually had probably my favorite. Well, I don't know. The coconut one takes it for me. I really like the coconut cream. But Mom got me a cinnamon roll one.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah. They put so much cinnamon in that. You can't even see through it.
Yeah, that's why I like the apple pie.
Oh, because it has the cinnamon and the apples.
Yep.
Yeah, Lara bars are awesome. I know that, if it's a relatively easy hike, we can take stuff like the tacos.
Yeah.
But when it comes to some of the things that we're going to do that requires cutting weight, it is going to be like peanut butter and Lara bars.
Yeah, and prepackaged meal.
Yeah, kind of just plain Jane style stuff.
Yep.
But that's what towns are for.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, go into town, eat a big old sub. Oh, man. I'm kind of hungry right now, which we'll eat afterwards.
Shouldn't talk about food.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a chili Speaking of food. There's a chili contest that we're going to go to this afternoon. Well, I don't know if you'll be around.
I honestly might drive down.
Yeah, dude. We'll be there.
It's a chili contest.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to eat it all.
Yeah.
I don't know how many contestants. At least 2, of course, because we know 2 people that are in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Morse Block Deli.
Morse Block Deli.
Shout them out.
Shout out Morse Block Deli.
You won't be hearing this before the chili contests, but
true.
Yeah, I was gonna go through a spiel of go down and vote for them, but that doesn't work. Yeah, I was telling you about this yesterday. It was called a Korean wrap, and it was roast beef, hot rice, kimchi, and I think something else in a wrap. It was so good.
Oh, sounds so good. And
then I got they called it a blat. It was a bacon, lettuce, avocado, tomato.
Yeah.
And that was good. That was really good.
Yeah, I like avocado.
Yeah, me too. They say it's really good for you.
Yeah.
Anything that they say is really good for you, I tend to like more.
True.
Yeah, just for that simple value. I'm one of those people who while eating something will look up the health benefits of it just to like just to feel like it's better than what it really is. Like even I mean I'm talking even as far as like just a banana. I'll just be eating a banana and I'll just be like, health benefits of a banana. Potassium is really good for blah 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 function.
And then weirdly you're better at that day.
Yeah, right.
Like you feel the functioning.
Yeah, and then I inevitably forget it, and then and then in like 2 or 3 weeks I'll do it again with the same food.
Yep.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've been to the co-op.
Same.
But now that it's getting warmer, I feel like I'll be over there more. Staying lighter later.
Yeah, it's actually like till 9 now.
Right.
It's light out. It's good.
I've tried I think to a certain extent everybody has this, but it's like finding a balance between something productive and I'm talking about like pastime stuff and then like things that aren't productive. And so lately I've been trying to write more. I have a project that I'm working on that it will take a while to complete, but it's good to have a project, and I don't want to go into it on the podcast because it's highly subject to change at this early stage.
Yeah.
But just going in on like the whole, I mean, you can do stuff that's productive, like towards either like making you money or what it boils down to me is I'm going to be out in the woods a lot. And I'm not going to be on a device, or I'm not going to have access to an Xbox or the internet. And
which is good.
Yeah, and what we talked about yesterday was like the whole stir crazy, like feeling like you should be doing something. Humans need a task or a goal at hand.
Yeah.
And we're entering an era where like there's a huge chunk of your week where you're not doing anything.
You lose yourself in information.
Yeah, you lose yourself in Facebook and in YouTube, and I mean it's everywhere, and maybe not everybody experiences it, but a lot of people do. I mean, how many girls our age do we know that are Facebook obsessed? Everybody.
Yeah, how many? Yeah.
Yeah. You can count on one hand the people that don't.
Yeah.
And it's like the farmer girls.
Yo.
Yeah. And so for me,
that is the truth.
It's kind of like switching my pastime priorities and getting myself used to writing so that I can basically entertain myself while I am out and about for hours on a trail.
And it comes in your producing stuff.
Yeah.
Within
and
that.
that's definitely another part of it is having something long lasting.
Mine's music, dude. That's like the way you talk about writing is the way I will be talking about music.
Yep. Yeah, and I think that'll be good for you for multiple reasons, but when we get like a laptop, like a good laptop,
things come together.
Yeah, you'll be able to do that while we're on the road. And, I mean, I can't wait till we're in a van, dude.
I know, chilling,
driving to Mexico, driving to Canada, driving to Alaska,
wherever,
driving to Colorado.
Dude, yeah, week-long trips are gonna be sweet.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like a shitty looking van at first. Like we'll just buy whatever.
I like growth.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, eventually down the road, if we are as successful as we like plan to be and have like the vision to be, buy a brand new Sprinter van, boy.
Oh yes,
converted. Have it fully converted. Hammock hooks, storage space, a little cooktop, whole nine, really.
Yeah. For real.
We were watching some YouTube videos yesterday. We'll cover a little bit of our music choices later on in the episode, but we checked out the song Hey Yeah by Outkast, and it's close to 400 million views.
Yeah. Which
to us I was like, that's crazy. And so we were like, oh, that must be somewhere towards the top of the charts of like top viewed YouTube videos. Right. So we look it up. And we find out that it's not even close. How many?
6.1 billion.
Okay, the number one YouTube video is 6.1 billion views. And it's a song. It's like a Latin American song called Desperito. And it's so catchy, and like you've probably heard it before, and it's been stuck in my head ever since we watched it.
Yeah.
It's such a good video, such a good song, even though I don't speak Spanish. Something, 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 Despacito. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, Despacito.
It is a great song. It vibrates.
Yeah, 6.1 billion views. There's a lot.
It's always being played.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a lot of people playing that.
Yeah.
For real. Gangnam Style was on there.
Yeah, like top 10, yeah.
Yeah, like 4 billion.
Still, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that climbed the charts and then
super
stayed
catchy.
There.
Yeah. I think that's like that would be a one-hit wonder. I think that's what you, because I haven't heard anything else from him.
Yeah, me either.
At least.
Dude, you know how much money he made from that?
Oh, a lot.
Like
He's still making money. AdSense.
Yeah, dude.
AdSense on 4.1 billion. That's a lot of money.
He's probably like out doing shows, just that song.
Oh,
like,
yeah, for sure
yeah.
he is. Yeah, I don't know how he would do it, but it's probably like he links up with other artists and then just like pops out on stage for one song.
Just does that. Does his dance.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a friend who, you haven't read the Harry Potter books, have you?
Mm-mm.
No. I just completed them.
Yeah.
Like a week or two ago. Yeah. I listened to them on audiobook though while I'm at work, so I got through them a lot faster.
Right. Is it actually ended though?
Yeah.
She's done writing.
Yeah. For that, I mean, she writes in that world or whatever, but yeah, they wrapped it up. I don't want to tell you anything, but they definitely wrapped it up in the last book. Well done, J.K. Rowling. It's so funny, the controversy that surrounds her, though. It's I choose not to listen to it, but it's so funny.
Right.
Yeah, it's really funny. One of my favorite memes is, because I got to give you some context, I guess. She'll come out on Twitter and just give you information about a character that wasn't in the book. But it tends to be like
controversial.
Yeah. Like Hermione doesn't have to be white.
Whoa.
Hermione can be black. Like, and then so some of the memes will be like, Hermione can be black, and then it's like screenshots a picture of the book, and it's like Hermione's white face.
Oh my god. Yeah.
But regardless of that, I really appreciate her writing those books.
Well, she wasn't in the production of the movies at all, was she?
Oh,
really?
Yeah. Dude, she was writing the movies. She was writing the books as they're releasing the movies.
Whoa.
Like, working hand in hand with the actors and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, we weren't involved with it when it was happening, but looking at it in retrospect, it's really cool to see, like, how she built that, like, empire. Harry Potter
100%.
empire, for
100%.
real. But some of my favorite memes are like, Dobby is a house elf who's popular through the whole. He's like instrumental through the whole movies and book. And the meme was like nobody, and it's like blank, and then it's like J.K. Rowling. Dobby has a 12-inch cock.
Did she really post that? Like,
I don't know. Okay. I don't know that particularly, but she does post things like weird things like yeah.
Hey, I mean, there's definitely people wondering.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. I guess really what I was bringing that up for was my friend has she just started like a small endeavor making stickers. And I'm not sure what else she plans on making, but the name of it is Owl Post, which is kind of like the way that you get mail in Harry Potter. But if anybody wants to check that out on Facebook, it's Owl Post. Just look it up. You should be Owl Post Design, I think, is the name of it.
Yeah, we could even show a link.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yep. Show notes.
Right. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Those stickers are actually pretty cool. The pizza cat, dude.
Yeah, the pizza cat.
Melting pizza
cat. And she draws them all herself.
Nice.
And does like either colored pencil or watercolor or whatever it may be.
And then I'm assuming she makes it like vector art.
Yeah, I would imagine scans it in.
Yep.
Her most popular one right now, she's very new to doing it. It's a cactus. I think is the name. And it's like a little succulent in like a pot, but it's a cat, really. But it's like rendition to look like a succulent, like curled up with like a little like flower top.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Green.
Yep.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, I dig it too. I want to get our logo on on stickers.
Yeah.
On like round
I like
stickers.
the circles. Yeah.
Oh, we should do that because we should do it and get the roll.
Yeah.
You know the roll that I'm talking about?
Yep.
And we should go to like parades.
Ooh.
And you know how like politicians?
Yeah. Just
Hey, check
stand
out
there.
our podcast.
Yeah.
Check out our podcast.
I want to be wearing a pin when we do it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We should. Oh man, that'd be awesome if we got pins made.
We could definitely
like enamel. I mean, yeah, it's definitely possible. I want to. If we get pins made, I want them to be in limited quantities.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
one through 100 type thing.
Literally.
Yeah, and I want number one, or like we should have like the top.
The first
ones.
5.
Yeah.
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 I always want to keep like the first of what we make.
Right. Yeah, I'm even thinking about like my work makes pottery.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get like a set of things made with our logo on it.
Whoa.
I think that'd be
I
awesome.
love that.
Yeah, and that's what they do really. And they already have an earth,
Oh yeah.
so it wouldn't be anything other than just having that design slapped on with our name, Adventure Brothers Podcast.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
Just for us, like personal stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like mugs,
Yep.
so that
Yeah, dude.
I like the idea of a mug without a handle too.
Same.
Yeah, just
Well, yeah, just a cup.
Yeah. Also for the reasons of like transportation, if we do want to carry it out with us at some point, just like a lot less to break.
No, I agree. I like that.
Yeah.
It'd
It'd be cool it'd be cool to have while we're like recording video for our podcast,
Yeah.
and we're just like,
Oh yeah.
sipping tea out of our
Our
Adventure
own
Brothers mugs that I literally made. Like I would make them
you formed
if
it
I
and
order.
worked it.
Yeah, if I order
Dude.
them, it'd be me making them. We should
Gonna
do that.
happen.
They're
Yeah.
fairly expensive, but I'm pretty sure you'd like work with me
Right.
on that. I definitely got other stuff from them, like ornaments.
Yeah, I see you bring some.
Yeah.
I actually have one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, the front.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
one's
awesome.
epic.
It says like the scientific name of the frog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I want a hat, Adventure Brother hat.
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
Kind
Kind of like
we will.
the same style as Madera's.
Yep.
Wide brim maybe.
Yeah. Not the trucker hat though style. I don't like.
Not the mesh back.
No.
No.
I dig it, but I
Not-
also don't.
Well, yeah. I think it's become popular because it's practical.
Yeah.
It's like it keeps you from getting too hot.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, and I guess it's been in winter, so
right.
like, I have a false idea of what I want.
Right. Yeah. I like the baseball cap style,
Me too.
like duck bill.
Yep.
Um,
Dad hats.
yeah, dad hats, I guess is what you could call them. I used to hate wearing baseball hats. Like,
I told myself I never would.
yeah, me too,
Yeah.
really. I was always the beanie guy. I was wearing a beanie. I think when I got a beard or when I started just like, I don't know, be more
Yeah.
comfortable with myself,
Yep.
I was like, oh, damn, I look pretty good in this.
Grew into it.
Yeah. I still haven't gotten my jacket back from,
Oh damn.
yeah, it's fine though.
Where was that? Around here?
Yeah, around here. Not too far out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually going to go up to Graniteville after this. Hang out for a little bit. Maybe we're actually going to record a small promo. It should be up within a week.
Most likely.
Yeah.
If we do it right.
Yeah, it's only going to be like 30 seconds long, like 30 to a minute, probably not a minute. And it's just going to be B-roll, but it's going to have our music attached to it and a little graphic
Hell
at the
yeah.
end.
Honestly, like it's mainly for practice. See what we can do.
Yeah, exactly. And like that one project that you had in school,
Yep.
that was awesome. It still is.
Hell yeah.
Like, yeah,
PBS.
edited good to music. And
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I can't believe I tied in second place with the governor's son.
that's cool.
For
You got money for that, didn't you?
Yeah, we split a $300 check.
Wow, that's pretty good.
It was pretty sick.
Nice.
His was cool though. His was like a documentary.
I feel like we need to be looking up contests.
I do too.
Yeah, because we did that one,
Yeah.
and we had a deadline, and we worked
Yeah.
towards it, and
And we did it.
bro, honestly, if we didn't do that, our long trail footage would still be like not organized.
I know.
But we
Yeah,
spent
we-
so much time looking through that and trying to fill those
Yep,
those minutes.
Folders and folders.
Yep. I love the way that turned out. I actually, is that shareable? Like, where is that?
The video?
Yeah.
I mean, I have it.
Is it on
yeah.
YouTube?
It can be. It's only on that
It should
website
be.
with the competition.
It definitely should be on YouTube.
Yeah.
I
I feel like
want to be able to share it to the Facebook page.
I do too. We are gonna have to change some things because there was guidelines for the video that we were doing it for the competition.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah.
So what would we change?
It says things that it won't have to say that we should.
Oh, okay. Like, instead of release it, well, I don't know. Shouldn't we just release it as it is?
We probably will, yeah. I haven't seen it. I don't even remember really.
It just has, like, a intro title that says, like,
True.
Fresh Start.
Yeah.
And then just jumps right in.
My teacher's music.
Yep. And then it thanks everybody at the end. I love the way that ended. Like, the increasing pace of cuts and, like, seeing the moves and seeing everything.
That was definitely more for us than the competition.
I agree with that. I mean, we tried for the competition. What ended up happening was there's just a bunch of sappy, like, really meaningful. And we didn't have any, like, audio or dialogue. It was just, like, kind of abstract because of the way that we were shooting the footage.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, in the end, it is mostly for us and our fans. Like, just because we didn't win that contest doesn't mean it.
Video called Fresh Start. You see us getting out of the car onto the pine cobble trail. Like,
yeah, all the way up until...
You hear us talking.
Yeah, it pains me so much that the final shot got ruined, but...
Yeah, a piece of grass.
Yeah, a piece of grass on the lens while we were recording us getting to the end of the trail. Like...
Into Canada.
Yeah, it was raining that day.
Yeah.
Wet lens, grass piece got stuck on it. It's fine,
We do have some footage on Facebook of when it was raining, the mud.
Oh, yeah.
Our feet in the
just
mud
stomping through the mud.
Yeah, not giving a crap.
That was such a good time. I remember just being so exhausted and ready to go home, though, on the last day.
Yeah, calling a trail angel, trying to get rides home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Calling her mom, calling her gram. Just trying to get a ride out of there, not knowing if we were. Literally not knowing until that dude pulled into the driveway.
We were sitting in a parking lot.
Just
on
hoping.
the edge of Vermont.
Yo. Yeah, at the edge of Vermont in
It
Canada.
couldn't have ended better, though.
No, it was literally cool.
Perfect.
Yeah, that was nice. That was so nice. Those people are so kind.
Heck yeah, Jazz.
I love those people.
Yeah.
Like, man, we didn't even spend that much time on the trail, but I think, like, the whole ride home, it just brought us all together.
2-hour drive.
Yeah.
Non-stop talking.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the way to Burlington, and then Five Guys fries, buddy.
Yeah, last $6.
Yeah, last $6 spent right there. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That was so nice.
Yeah. Gotta get out there.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've even been to Burlington. I haven't really been out much. It sucks.
Dude, winter, I feel like our picture bandwidth.
Yep.
And in the summer, like, we're high strung.
Oh, yeah.
But then our bandwidth, like, on a chart will just go down and we'll just maintain, like,
yeah, and that's where, so that's totally accurate. And right now, my bandwidth is getting amped up. Like, hardcore.
It's like turning red.
It is, but it's turning red in an environment that it can't. Like, right now, it's still snowy.
Yeah.
And it's still cold. I mean, it has been getting warmer, and there's, like, warm days, but no, dude, it's still
even
cold.
warm parts of days.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have way more snow than we do in town. We don't have any snow anymore.
Yeah, it's what, 5-mile difference?
Yep, about that.
Completely different.
And then if you go another 5 miles there, and it's like crazy
a whole another
snow.
foot of snow. That is wild. I never really noticed that as a kid.
Microclimates.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. If you hear the weather report and it says it's 90, well, in the woods, it's not 90. And in Graniteville, it's 60.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've do you want to cook that chicken today?
Possibly.
I don't know. It's up to you. I don't know. I'm hungry.
Same.
All we really have is peanuts.
Yeah.
So
go us.
Yeah, we might. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Cook that chicken. Do you have anything to go with it? Do you have like hot sauce? Do you have like
I have some hot
garlic?
Sauce. I have nothing right now.
No garlic, onion?
No.
I
wish.
I mean, yeah,
powder.
we'll just
garlic powder.
Cook it up. That works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put some garlic powder. Did you say you had hot sauce?
I have some hot sauce. It's pretty hot, so not a lot.
What kind is it?
Well, it's from Morriswalk Deli.
Oh, okay.
It's habanero.
Cool. Is it theirs? Did you buy theirs?
Perhaps.
Does it say they're...
I don't know.
Is it like a wide bottle?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Tall, skinny. It's on their shelf.
You must have gotten it a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I needed some.
They held other people's hot sauce for a while. They probably still do, but now they have their own.
Really?
And they like make it in-house.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah. They have like 3 different kinds. Green, the verde, a habanero, and then like a honey.
Yeah.
And the honey one is the one that they put on their breakfast sandwich.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I like my favorite hot sauce. I still have some of it, but I don't know how long it's going to last. Like, I don't know how long it's going to be good for, but it's carrots and habanero, like base.
Damn.
And it's like pureed, so it's like a thick sauce. It's so good to me.
Yeah.
And it was made by my coworker who's not my coworker anymore, and so I can't get it anymore.
Shoot.
And I don't know like the official recipe. It's like a vinegar base, habanero and carrot. But other than that, I don't know what to go off of.
Yeah.
And I've never made hot sauce, so I'm just nervous because I want this hot sauce to last forever. It's so good. It's like the perfect amount of heat, perfect amount of flavor.
Heck yeah. Dude, for some reason, Frank's hot sauce.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't. I don't like it. I don't know why.
Really?
I probably had it on something as a kid that I just didn't like. But
yeah. I noticed when there's too much, it's not good at all.
Yeah.
Like there's a point where it gets ruined.
Yeah. I like Tabasco sauce.
Yeah.
That's good. Other than that, it's kind of just like, dude, I told you about this, but bagel shop.
Yeah.
When I was there and I bought Carolina Reaper hot sauce, it's no joke, dude. I've eaten probably 3 drops of that since I've gotten the bottle.
Dang.
3 drops. And I told you yesterday, 1 drop, and I'm talking just a minuscule teardrop in a whole crock pot of chili made the chili too hot to eat. I mean, I ate it, but my butthole hurt and my whole insides hurt. But dude, I'm telling you what, like when something is so hot that it takes 1 drop that you can barely even see on a piece of paper, and then it's makes the whole thing that it's crazy to me. That's it literally said 11 out of 10, like the hot scale. 11 out of 10.
Fire.
Yeah. The habanero that I have is probably like a 7. It's pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
It'll give me hiccups if I eat too much.
Dang.
Yeah, hot sauce gives me hiccups. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah. I like that. It's made in Vermont, though.
Yep, made in Vermont, Bradford, Vermont. They do really well. Not theirs, but there was another Vermont company that got on that show Hot Ones, the interview show. Yeah, I forgot what company it was. We are due just about to kind of give you an update on our music choices.
Hell yeah.
So if you want to go first, because I really don't have that many new ones.
All right. I actually have this new song. I don't know if you've heard it. Have you heard Unity by Chewy?
No.
CHUUWE.
I'll write these down too, because anything that you recommend, I'll check out.
We can do it after too.
Chewy?
Yeah, that's who it's by. CHUUWEE.
Okay.
And it's just called Unity.
Unity.
Honestly, though, I chose that because in the beginning is a clip of Joe Rogan.
Oh, yeah?
And
like audio clip?
One of his comedy skits, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's talking about, I don't know too much. He's like, all right, so when I say I'm taking a left, or if I'm taking a right, does a dolphin say that he's taking a left or he's taking a right too? Or are we just different, like... You'll have to listen to it.
Okay.
You'll
I get the vibe.
Yeah.
That's cool. And they put that in the beginning of the song.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then it just kicks into the song.
So the rest of the song should be pretty thoughtful.
The song is definitely thoughtful. It's nothing to do with what Joe Rogan says.
Oh, it doesn't.
But he intellectually probably. You know what I mean? But then the other one was Dressed Like Rappers.
Dressed Like Rappers?
Yeah, Dressed Like Rappers.
And who's that by?
Isaiah Rashad.
Okay. Is he somebody you listen to regularly?
This is actually just a random song that I liked.
Okay. You just stumbled upon it?
Yeah.
How do you find new music?
I actually go to our Spotify, click on... we have our own mix that it makes for us.
Wow.
So based on what we like, it will send us new stuff.
That's pretty cool. I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
Do you have any other ones? Or just those two?
Yeah, Old Town Road by Lil Nas.
Old Town Road? Is it funny?
It's so funny. You'll know it when you hear it. I'm not gonna say anything about it.
Okay.
It's a dope song. I'm glad it came out.
What about that one that's like the horses in the is that one?
That's that one, yeah.
Cool.
That's so funny. Hell yeah, dude.
I love the memes that go to that. I literally do.
Yeah, bro. That change. I don't know. It's gonna change like.
It's so funny.
The courses of some people's lives.
Yeah, dude. Horses in, I don't know.
The horses in the back.
Yeah, the horses in the back. That's so funny to me.
It's epic.
I have a couple songs. I mentioned one of them earlier on in the podcast, the Hey Yeah by Outkast.
Yeah.
I kind of gravitate towards like an older song every now and again.
I do
Just
too.
Nostalgic, really.
Yeah, especially that one, dude.
Yeah, that one.
That one in a car, you can't, like, you'll never be tired, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
right? It'll
pump
keep you up. I heard Joe Rogan say that somebody said this. That's funny, like through the person, but I forgot who it was, who he quoted. They said that with a car on E, you can go an extra X amount of miles with the right song on the radio. Yeah, like there's just like this energy to it.
Yep.
But yeah, Hey Yeah it's an amazing song. The lyrics are just like so meaningful, and the video production, the quality of like
everything, yeah.
Andre Ice Cold 3000, and yeah, he just talks about like the reality of the urges of humans and wanting to sleep with other people when you're in a relationship. And I mean,
from both sides.
Yeah, from both sides, especially like, I don't want to meet your daddy. Yeah. I just want you in my caddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the most impactful part for me is when he says, he's talking about just like the realities of life and the harshness of it, and then he's like, y'all don't even hear me, y'all just want to dance. And he says it quiet enough to where people don't hear that part.
Nope, they're dancing.
Yeah, they're just dancing about it. And Shake It Like a Polaroid Picture is like the epitome of my like middle school, like the songs of what you heard people quote. Yeah, shake it like a Polaroid picture.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, it
and
is.
Andre 3000's awesome.
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's still around.
Sweet.
Yeah, I don't want to say this, but I think he's in Four Brothers. This like really really good movie.
Really?
With Mark Wahlberg.
Ah.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
That's cool. I like when.
I think he is in it. Yeah. I recognize it.
I like when they act. When,
yeah,
like singers
and he's good
act,
too.
Rappers act.
He's definitely good.
Yeah.
Another song that I have on my list. Let's just keep it in the rap realm for now. It's called Off D's by JID, and there's like a vulgar warning or whatever. It's so hard. Okay, so for us to imagine and to try to say things that we think our audience will like, that just doesn't work because we have such a varied audience.
Right.
So us staying true to just what we've said this before, but just what we like and just give you that raw. But you should know that we listen to music that swears, has the N-word. I mean, the chorus of this is like,
get on my dick.
Yeah, get off my dick. Get off my dick. Get off my dick. Yeah. But it's a good song and it sounds amazing. And I mean, yeah, just lyrically, it's really good.
Yep.
J. Cole is in it. He's got the last verse. Not too much to say about that, but something else I've been listening to lately is a song that I just truly loved when it came out, and I still love it. It's called My Silver Lining by First Aid Kit, and the song is it's like ethereal. Like the song itself is just like, you've heard it before, but you'll definitely recognize it when you listen to it again. I highly recommend if you listen to this one, and this isn't a rap song, this is completely like kosher, kid friendly, whatever. Watch the video, because the video really really says a lot. And if you're somebody who is like me, who looks for the subliminal messages or the hidden, like I guess you call them Easter eggs, or the creative decisions that were done for reasons pertaining to the story of a song or a movie, this music video with this song is for you. I'm talking like it's hard to describe. You just gotta watch it. You'll know what I mean when you watch it. It's really really cool.
I'm definitely gonna have to watch it.
There's even so if you guys really like that, if you really like the video, look up behind the scenes of this under the same name, and they'll show you and tell you a little bit of the process that went behind it. And they're people our age, like literally our age, who made this video. And you watch it and you're just like, wow, dude. Like they made the house scene paranormal. So the two women are like standing there and everything starts to like move away. And then in the behind the scenes, they show how they did that. Everything was set up on one string and wheels. And it was just one guy pulling it slowly.
Wow.
And it just pulled everything away. And it just looks so cool. I really appreciate that song.
Hell yeah, I like that.
Take me someplace where there's music and there's laughter. That's part of the song. And the last one that I want to mention isn't a song in particular. It's just kind of something I've been doing. I've done this in the past, but I've done it more lately. It's listen to lo-fi. It's a genre of music that you could compare to like hip hop instrumentals.
Yeah.
But it's always like a low tempo and
vibey, like
vibey. And I think that for this genre in particular, a lot of the songs sound alike, but that's good.
Yeah.
Because what I do is I just put it on while I'm doing something else, and it kind of
there's no lyrics.
No,
right?
it's either very minimal lyrics, but no chorus or verses or anything like that. Just the straight music. And on Spotify, there's a lot of playlists that have a good amount of lo-fi music. But one thing that I recommend is YouTube. If you have like, what I sometimes do is I'll like leave my Xbox on and I'll go onto YouTube and I'll put, there's like a live channel of lo-fi.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and the artwork is really cool. Sometimes I like draw the artwork just to like practice drawing. But yeah, lo-fi is, I vibe with it. I vibe with it pretty well. There's not like, it's cool too because lo-fi, there isn't like one song that I could tell you, like, yeah, go listen to this song.
Yeah, it just intertwines. And
they're all just really good, and some have intros, some have like little blurbs of other things in them. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up our music choices as per this month.
Yeah,
we'll be back at you next month with the same music choices. But other than that, we will catch you next week on another episode of The Adventure Brothers.
What's that, episode 20?
We're on 20 now?
That's sweet.
That's awesome.
Pretty sure.
Nice. All right, guys.
Peace out.
Okay, that was the episode, folks. Hope you had a good time. We will catch you next week, but before you go, if you could just drop a rating or a comment on our iTunes, it would be much appreciated. You can visit our website, theadventurebrotherspodcast.com. Visit us on Facebook, Adventure Brothers. You can check us out on Instagram or Twitter, as well as just tell your buddies that you listen to this show, and they should too. Our sponsors, Madera Outdoor. Check out our link in the show notes. Get all your hammock needs. And Morse Block Deli. If you're in Barrie, Vermont, or near Barrie, Vermont, head on over. And on Main Street, you've got the best eatery around. And with that, we will catch you next week, folks. Peace out.